Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan. It's the 3rd of March and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. Lots of stuff in the news today. It's the environment and Mother Nature seeks revenge. Football, some Malaysians seeking revenge. Dissent over Brim and the Kajang by-elections. All there in our papers today. So, interesting headline. Monkey malaria. What is this? Well, it's just one of the many things that we're suffering in terms of our environment. The Malay Mail crisis sum it up for us. That is the haze, the hot spell, the water crisis, dengue, 38 dead in the last 2 months. Now that's quite substantial. The New Straits Times talking about hope. Yes, there has been rain, a lot of it in the wrong places. And there you have it. Berita Harian also says 5 states, suffer from heavy rains and lightning thunder. There you have a lovely picture of kids enjoying themselves. But the problem is, it's not happening in the places that matter, i.e. the water catchment areas are not taking that water and pumping it back into our reservoirs. So this Klang Valley in Selangor in particular is going to continue to suffer from water shortages. There is going to be rationing, I'm afraid, for many of you. That's unfortunate, that situation. I live in Petaling Jaya and I'm being spared water shortages and rationing for a while. Let's see how all this pans out. So, beyond the environment, we have a story of football. Now that's kind of dramatic front page. And this is a rather dramatic front page, demonstrates what's happening in football in Malaysia. Ultra Malaya is in fact an organization dedicated to the upliftment of Malaysian football. That's what they say they are about. And they do that by letting off flares and all kinds of pyrotechnics in the stands. Now this of course upset the Minister of Sports and Youth in Khairi. There he is. Khairi marah. Yes, Khairi very marah. Because ultimate melampau. They just went beyond the pale. So that's the word of the day. Melampau. Beyond the pale. Melampau. Okay. Why? Well, because, it's not sporting, to kind of make a ruckus. And this was a Malaysia-Philippines game. So it couldn't have been very comfortable for our guests from the Philippines. Also, it goes to the heart of how Malaysia sees its role in the global kind of sports arena. Apparently, there is an attempt or talk about bidding for the World Cup in 2034. Now, I know that's 2 decades away, but a lot of things have to be put in place for that to happen. And to become known for football hooliganism is not going to help the case. So where do we go from here? Well, we have more stories. Brim. Yes, there it is. The old man himself, the former Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir, weighs in, says we don't need it. We don't need it if the idea is to get political support. So he's actually kind of jabbing his finger in the Prime Minister's eyes, saying, well, we used to get support without having to dole out billions of dollars directly in these kind of cash handouts. He feels that this is actually detrimental to the financial standing of the country. So Dr. Mahathir continues to weigh in on those matters. Of course, all this is also related to Kajang, and there's much in the papers about, the deal over water, Langat too. But this is how the political foes of Pakatan playing it out. Jantan Kapas, how, macho, politically kind of muscular is past. Will they let PKR determine the agenda? So it's kind of goading pass on. It's very, very transparent, this type of thing. But there you have it. Khalid now feted in the UMNO-controlled press. Keberanian politik Khalid. Khalid's politics of bravery, or his political courage, that displayed in taking on his own party and political leadership of his party. So there you have it, a very transparent kind of partisan moves and talk in order to kind of pit one faction of the Pakatan against another faction of the Pakatan, because it's not Barisan National's fault that there are factions in Pakatan. That's a Pakatan issue. The Star has sex abuse at Kindi in Johor Bahru. An interesting story. Though I'm a bit concerned about here the reference to African teacher allegedly involved. Now, African there, of course, you know, if it was a Malay, Chinese, Indian, or any other kind of local, I don't think the ethnicity would have been in the stand first. And again, it remains at the stage of allegations. We don't know what the truth of it is yet. But still, I think when it comes to racism in Malaysia, it's fair game when Africans are involved. Harian Metro ends our look at the papers this morning. Jurat Wasiat. This is a story of somebody who received an inheritance, but that's become a trap for her. And again, more pictures of happy children playing in the rain. Well, that ends our look at the morning papers. I'm Sharaad Kuttan. It is the 3rd of March, and yes, we're getting deeper into 2014. Thank you for joining me. BFM 89.9.